I know, exactly. Hold on, give me a second. Welcome back to Morning Munchies. I'm your host, Dominic Gonzalez, here at the Butcher Cellar in Waco, trying one of their most elegant dining spots, led by two celebrity chefs who are sure to shake up the food scene.
Hello, I'm Alejandro Najar. I'm the executive chef at Butcher Cellar here in Woodway, Texas. I see day in and day out of both restaurants, Hilltop and the Butcher Cellar. And Alyssa, who is my CDC, she is in here every day when she is here, and she manages both kitchens and is the creative outlook on both restaurants. I've always been part of cooking, and my father was a chef, my mother was a chef, my grandmother and my aunt always took me out to eat to like all these fancy restaurants. So by the age of like 10, I knew that I always wanted to be an executive chef or some kind of cook somewhere. And it was either that or a professional wrestler like WWE. And I knew that that wouldn't happen. So cook it was. Here at the Butcher Cellar, when you dine with us, we really, when I came on board, you know, we pitched this idea for the Butcher Cellar to be this whole experience. You know, we didn't want your traditional kind of like regular going out to eat, like, oh, we're just going out to eat on a Wednesday night. We want guests when they come in here to feel like they're experiencing something they've never felt here in Waco. Maybe something that they've only seen in like Dallas or Austin, or maybe even the bigger city like New York City or Chicago. The design in here, the atmosphere really sets the tone, and then we kind of follow that up with obviously the food and then the service. So we're striving for more of like a hospitality as a whole instead of just dining out. So when you come here, it's like a whole experience. So it's really awesome. It's definitely a unique process for us to kind of like mix that fine dining with, you know, still having people that come in casual clothes, because we don't, at the end of the day, we don't really care. We just want people to come in and enjoy their experience. Whether, I don't care if you have sweatpants on or a three-piece suit and tie, whatever you got on. We just want to take care of people. You know, I knew that, especially coming here to Waco, just because in Northeast Ohio, it's like there's there's fancy restaurants, but it's kind of the same demographic. And we've had issues in the past where people, you know, come in here and they're like, oh, it's a little too fancy, and we don't want people to feel stuffy in here at all. But that's why when you look at the menu, there are some things that are a little more affordable. Obviously, we go through tariffs and all this stuff with the government, so things are a little more expensive, and we're having that issue now with beef. So it's like, okay, cool, how can we get more affordable items on there, like chicken, pork chop, fish, stuff that we're getting from the Gulf Coast. And we try to really hit it hard with appetizers. So like you can come in and get 2 or 3 apps and be in here with $50 and out the door and full.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. The Butcher Cellar is all about making everyone feel welcome, whether you're here to enjoy in a high-end experience or just enjoy a laid-back meal with friends. And for Alejandro, those same values of growth and inclusion are reflected in the kitchen, where he's constantly pushing himself and his team to take on new challenges.
I would say my philosophies and core values have to be, you know, especially with working in the kitchen. I've been doing this since I was 14. My family owned a restaurant that I bussed tables and I worked at. It's definitely not for everybody, especially kids that are going to culinary school. I always recommend that you work while you're going into culinary school, because it's totally different. It's a different transition from going to culinary school and then working 40, 50 hours a week. It's not easy, and if it was easy, everybody would do it. And my biggest philosophy that I will tell anybody is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you're setting if you're setting your parameters around like what you're comfortable with, you're never gonna grow. I'm originally from Northeast Ohio, and I was kind of hitting like a ceiling cap eventually. So it was either open up my own restaurant or continue to keep working for people. And I moved to New York City because it scared me. And that's always been my next mentality is like, okay, I'm too comfortable. What can I do to shock the system? So
I know you can cook, but you have this very strange way of getting in the weeds and then your head drops.
Yes, chef.
You need to fight back.
I know, chef.
You got to pull yourself back.
Yes, chef.
I've seen some incredible moments with what you've done. Not just the inspiration, but just the gravitas and what you bring to this competition. But then when you hit a bump, you disappear.
Yes, chef.
And I can't afford you to disappear tonight.
Yes, chef. So so Hell's Kitchen season 21 was fun. Let me start off by saying that that was my second show. I was on Cutthroat Kitchen back when I was 21, I think. I am a true believer that social media is all powerful, like even back then, which was I think 2017. if my math is correct. I would post all my food on there. I didn't care what likes I got, whatever, and I got a phone call about that, and they flew me out to LA. And then fast forward 7 years later, kind of the same thing happened. I never really watched Hell's Kitchen growing up. It was just wasn't something I enjoyed. I liked the whole like Food Network kind of shows. It was more like get more information. So I get a phone call, a text message, an email, all from the same person saying that they're kind of casting for that. And the next day I got on a phone call, and 2 days later there were Zoom interviews. They handled everything for me. I never submitted anything. They reached out to me through social media, which is awesome because it's less work on my end. I don't know if you've ever looked at a casting kind of like thing, but it's like if you printed it out, it would be this big. I mean, you have to do videos, and it's always awkward recording yourself too. It's always weird hearing yourself talk. And that's kind of how they got on. That's how I got on the show. Is they looked at my social media. They saw a couple articles that was written about me when I was working in Ohio, about like an electrifying chef in the local area, changing the food scene and stuff. And it was an interesting experience for sure. So Alyssa was on the show.
I am partnered with Ileana, and let me tell you, I'm a little nervous. She's the weakest link on our team.
Are those scored?
No, I'm scoring them now.
Behind you. Can I do one with you, maybe?
Use my knife. Don't use. No, they're supposed to be parallel. What do you do? Yeah, no. Parallel.
Okay. All right.
We competed against. Well, we were on the same team, and then we competed against each other. And I was fortunate enough to be a finalist. I think the number one memory that sticks out to me, and it's a good one, was just meeting new people. You are thrown into a competition where there's 17 other cooks that you've never met in your entire life. There was a girl on my episode who was from Ohio, so it was kind of nice that we knew the same people. And there was a couple other groups of people that were from like Nashville or Chicago that they all kind of knew the same people, so it was really cool. I went in there not knowing anybody, and then I came out with knowing 17 new family members. We are still pretty all close, especially like obviously me and Alyssa are super close. But the winner, Alex Blue, and the runner-up, Daphne, like I talk to those guys every day. They're like new family members for me. Working for family is definitely super interesting. When I was younger, it was a little more normal in a way, just because my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, everybody worked for the company. As I've gotten older, and now that I work with my life partner, and she is a very vital piece of the puzzle here at the Fathery Group, there definitely has to be some balances and some like when do we talk about work at home and when do we not talk about work. Usually like with a regular partner, I'm sure when you get home from work they want to know how your day is, but it carries over always. So this is what we do. Like even after her giving birth to our son, it's literally just before this interview she called me and checking in and seeing how everything's going. It's definitely awesome because it's a little easier to kind of talk about work stuff and talk about the hard things compared to if you don't know people. Like everybody is different, so having a conversation with a line cook about something really difficult, or maybe they're messing up or something, is way easier to have a conversation with her of like, hey, this is what we need to work on. How do we attack that? So yeah. One technique that I think I've mastered that I think is super important in the kitchen is balancing of flavors. That is so important to kind of know what your taste buds are. I have I'm a big stickler for people who smoke, just because somebody's taste buds who smokes compared to somebody's who doesn't, you're talking about different salt levels, different flavor. So the whole concept of building a dish and building flavors and all that stuff, it's not just salt and pepper anymore. It's literally love is like kind of like the main ingredient. So yeah.
Now, with all this food talk, we wanted a taste of what the Butcher Cellar had to offer.
All right, so today we're making crab cakes. This is one of my favorite things on the menu. It kind of like embodies what a steakhouse can be, and kind of testing the limits a little bit, especially here in Texas with quote-unquote Tex-Mex food. So super excited, wait for the pan to get hot. Come over here and grab a plate. First, we're gonna get our crab cakes in the pan, get them nice and toasty. We're looking for a nice caramelized brown on each side, and then we will pop in the oven. While we do this, we're gonna grab another pan for our succotash. Get that on, get that warming up. Add a little bit of oil. Once you start to see the brown edges coming, you should be there in the next like 2 minutes. Usually when we have like our bone-in ribeyes and stuff like that, like we pull straight from the cooler. So it's usually not ideal. Like if you're at home, you're pulling steaks out of room temperature for like 2 hours. We don't have the luxury to do that here. But we do, like our broiler gets to like 1200 degrees. So like when you're constantly flipping. Tomahawks, we recently just started using this local purveyor in Laredo. And their tomahawks are like 3 pounds. So like we'll get the occasional people who come in and they're like, we want it well done. So I mean that right there is like a 45-minute pickup. Yeah. So once you get brown edges, you can flip. So we're to go ahead and pop in the oven. About another 5 minutes. Okay, nice and toasty. We're gonna go in with our succotash. This has got zucchini, poblano, green onion, roasted cherry tomatoes, corn, all local. Come over here and grab salt. Grab some garlic and shallot. For Butcher Cellar, it's not the main focus. You know, it's kind of hard to get a rancher in town to give us hundreds of cuts of steak a week. You know, with Hilltop Tavern, it'll be the main focus. The menu is solely based around what we can get local. Say a farmer is growing, I'll never go to a farmer and be like, this is what I want. It's what do you have? What have you been growing? You know, maybe their family's been growing corn for generations, so it's like, that's what we want. And, you know, say one week they have a bunch of carrots and the next week they don't. It's like, okay, then what do you have else that you love to grow? And, you know, maybe we keep the same setup on the menu, but it's a different vegetable, different protein. Hilltop will really embody farm to table. I know it's kind of hard to use that term nowadays because it's not 2010 anymore. But we will literally be farm to table, scratch made everything. My pastry chef and my head prep person, they're over there R&D'ing. We're gonna make all of our own burger buns, all the buns, and like all bread in house. And then eventually we'll start working with like local farmers to get like whole pigs and stuff and use all parts of the animal. And we're excited about that. So once succotash is kind of like a little caramelized, we set it off to the side. Next we grab our poblano cream just to heat it up. And this has got, you know, this is like everything that a salsa verde is, with the addition of cream and extra lime. So this is where the Tex-Mex kind of comes into play. And then we're gonna check our crab cakes. Use our trusted cake thermometer, cake tester. Still needs about like 3 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I can throw out some numbers. You know, we will, here at Butcher Cellar, we run with like a smaller crew. You know, the menu's a little smaller. Hilltop Tavern will only be about 25 menu items. We want to be able to have that power to, like, if something is out of season or something that just isn't selling, we can quickly turn it around and get it off the menu and replace it with something else. We're in this weird predicament where we don't know if we need an AM and a PM prep team. So as of now, we're trying to shoot for 10 to 12 prep cooks, 12 to 15 cooks, 8 dishwashers, and that's not counting anything for front of the house. We're hoping that we have about 60 staff members, and then with Butcher Cellar, we'll be over 100. I love managing big teams. My job, once Hilltop opens up and gets settled, will be more of like an executive chef. I'll be worried about numbers and like labor costs, food costs, all the boring stuff. But my goal is to hire really talented people who can offer creativity and help build this company and push and strive for what Waco food scene can be, and giving people that opportunity too. So the cream is about heated. We're gonna pull our crab cakes out. Let them toast up one more time. This is a hot pan. This was something where I was so against putting crab cakes on the menu just because we're in Central Texas. It's like where you get the crab at. And Alyssa, my CDC and my life partner, she convinced me because You know, everywhere you go in big cities, they have a crab cake on the menu. So when we did it, you know, it was originally done with like corn and all that stuff, but we love that. It's a great flavor. But the more I keep eating around town in the Tex-Mex, I was like, let's embody that as much as we can. So this is our newer addition for crab cakes, and it will change. Like, we'll always have crab cakes, but we'll always switch up the sauce, the plating, and all that stuff. So while these heat back up a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and plate our succotash. Right in the center. And out a little bit. Grab our crab cakes. Let them drain a little bit on here. We like to do the sauce table side. So we pour these into little ramekins. Set a little bit of green oil just to kind of for a little color. And then local microgreens that we get grown just for us on top. Clean up the plate a little bit, and then this will go out to the table, and we'll pour tableside. So if Gordon Ramsay walked in here, you know, I would probably look at him and tell him to kind of like prepare. I'm not one person that serves you one dish. It's multiple dishes. So I mean, he would probably eat over half the menu. But things that we're super excited about on the menu that are kind of separating us from a traditional steakhouse is like the shrimp toast, crab cakes. Obviously our steaks are really good. We get them from a really great provider. Anything that's kind of like Asian undertones on our menu is fantastic as well.
We are about to eat these crab cakes.
With succotash and...
With what?
Succotash, that's what it is.
I was wondering what he was saying. He said
Yeah.
succotash?
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, with succotash?
It's like a corn mixture, pretty much. And he has tomatoes, I think, tomatoes, zucchini, corn, and something else, another green in here, but like it's pretty, that's a little close. But it's pretty known. I'm not gonna say that you aren't in the know, but you know.
No,
okay,
I'm
here.
not.
All right.
And some topped with some microgreens that
Now,
they make here.
Well, and they're
Specific for them.
yes, I was about to say they're locally sourced, made for Butcher Cellar. Now, I've never had a microgreen in my life
Me neither.
before, so that is new.
Shall we do a microgreen taste test before we get?
Okay.
I don't know what I've heard a lot about microgreens, but
Oh, you're taking a chunk. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. How do I'm trying to get it off. Okay. I don't think you're supposed to eat that. Just play.
Wait. Is it just for decoration? You're not supposed to eat it? It doesn't taste like you're supposed to
It
eat
tastes
it.
like grass.
Yeah.
Oh, my version is it?
Okay, we're
Right.
gonna remove the microgreens because we're not entirely sure if that's edible, if we're supposed to be eating them.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get on to the actual thing though. Crab cakes, guys, they smell so good.
See, and I don't, but also he made us
Oh, yeah.
some salsa verde sauce to go on top. Don't know what the other green stuff is.
It was just like coloring. It was like an oil for some
Oh, okay.
coloring. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
do it.
all right. I love salsa verde. So amazing. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more. All right. Can't
All
wait.
right. Let's dig in.
Ooh. And I don't like crab cakes, but this looks delicious.
Do you
This
like
looks
seafood?
I love seafood. I just don't like crab cakes. Now it's
This is like
they're
real crab.
I know, and it's because it's normally dry, but this looks really good. This looks amazing.
Oh, here, I'll let you eat it first.
Oh, okay.
First bite. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. Good? Mm-hmm. Let me try. Ooh,
That's
it just melts in your mouth. There's no like, there's really no chewing required.
No, that's perfect.
The chewing is chewing the vegetables. But the crab cake itself, that just melts right in your mouth. Oh my God. Holy cow. Mm-hmm. Now this, he said it's an entree, Not an app. I thought it was an appetizer, but this is an
Really?
entree. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm saying I thought this was an entree.
Oh.
A lot of places do. I mean, you're not wrong. A lot of places do crab cakes as appetizers, but these are so big. When I saw
Yeah, that's
them,
fair.
I was like, these have to be.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? They have to be.
Well,
an
I would
entree.
love this. Would pair well with any meal, I think, because this is so good. It's crispy on the outside. My mouth is watering just looking at it, talking about it. I need to eat another bite. Sorry. Wow. And this, what is it called? Succotash? This is so good. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. What in the world is going on? It's like my mouth is blowing up. Now this is like, this is fine dining. Of course, this is probably the most expensive episode of Morning Munchies we've ever done. Now we are at, I mean, once you walk in
I mean,
here,
you're not wrong.
that I was like,
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if this is in my pay range, but apparently it is. I haven't seen the menu. But there are affordable options, as he mentioned. I'm definitely going to be, I have to come back for this specifically. And this isn't even a protein. This is a steakhouse. Well, I mean, it's a crab. I'm sorry.
I was about to
Crab's
say,
a
well, wait,
protein.
it's a fish.
But I mean,
well,
like,
actually,
it's
we
not-
don't know.
Wait.
I don't know. I'm
Crab's
just assuming.
Yeah.
Because it is meat, so it
Crab's
is.
a protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right?
When you said that, you made me second guess. I was like, hold on.
No,
Wait.
but what I mean is like it's not like a steak.
Right.
Or a chicken. It's just crab. Well, okay, yeah, no, crab is like a full thing. Okay, never mind.
No, I know what you mean.
We'll edit this out.
I know what you mean. No,
Yeah.
keep it in because you could. But what Dominic's trying to say is that coming here, we pretty much expected steak, mashed potatoes, like a very
Yeah.
like traditional steak or steakhouse
steakhouse, yeah.
dinner or meal, I should say. And I think that's why he gave us this like crab cakes and succotash. Like it's a more lighter meal, but it's very good, very filling. And he said that in the beginning of his interview was that his thing, like his spin on food is creating flavors that blend together. And this, I think,
Boy, does this blend.
yeah, it's perfect. I think this is great. This the best crab cake I've ever had. I will say that.
Oh yeah.
And this is from someone who doesn't really eat crab or like crab cakes, but it's just so good. Like I said, melts in your mouth. It's crispy, it's crunchy, it's soft, it's great. Love it.
Future, I would say future for the Fathery group, because once you get a second restaurant that's underneath the same group, now we're talking about a bigger concept and stuff. And a lot of people don't really know this, but we have a third concept in mind as well. Hopefully we can wait till 2028. Opening restaurants back-to-back years is kind of a little intense, but it's awesome. All in here, this area, we own all the green space, so the third concept will be right on that green space. We're trying to get people out to this neighborhood. Waco, love downtown Waco. I caught on really quick how Baylor affects everything when kids aren't in school. So we have Badger Ranch, we have all these neighborhoods out here, so it helps us. So we haven't really seen a slow season, which is fantastic. Love that. But future for us, I have worked in Michelin star restaurants. I have worked for James Beard winning restaurants. Michelin Guide finally came to Texas. Will they ever come to Waco? I don't know. But our mentality, I literally remember the day that they announced Michelin was coming to Texas, we sat down with our entire staff and we're like, listen, we know this year they're not coming. Maybe they'll never come, but let's act like they're gonna be here every night. So that starts with food and service and atmosphere. So our goal going forward is, open up Hilltop, which will be more of like our casual fun, our take on a sports bar. If you kind of like took bar food and implemented Michelin techniques and Michelin standards and stuff and have fun with it. And for Butcher Cellar, this will be my chance and our team's chance to kind of push for Michelin, whatever that means. And we love it. We're excited. Yeah, well, we don't really know what it'll be. Possibly, we have a 1,000-gallon smoker for Hilltop, so it's a big boy. I don't know how to smoke properly, so which is really exciting. It scares me, so that's why we're going to tackle that at Hilltop. Hopefully the third concept is our take on barbecue, and I realized quickly living here that the Texas top 50, the monthly top 50 barbecue list that's what Texans care about. They don't care about Michelin. Like, that's fine. Michelin's is too much sometimes, and I love things that scare me. I want to push myself. It helps me push myself, so maybe barbecue might happen.
We're gonna finish tearing this up.
You've been, and people hear you smacking as I'm talking.
Have a good day. Have a good day. And we'll see you next time on Morning Munchies. Bye.
Yeah, she is my CDC. We actually, I don't know how much info you guys know about us, but she's my fiance. And we just had our first child together. We just had a baby. So she's on maternity leave. Yeah.
Perfect, gotcha, okay.
Or she would be doing this.
And that's exactly what I was trying to say before. Oh, hello. Welcome back to I can do it. It's perfect. I can do it. Give me a second. Welcome back to Morning Munchies. I'm your host, Dominic Gonzalez, here at the Butcher Cellar, where I am... Sorry.